Richard, how much would it cost if I'm going to buy this yacht?
We're on Seanna, which is a 65-meter Bonetti, built 2011. Refitted in 2021. So you can see she looks absolutely immaculate. Available for charter, also available for sale. If you want to buy it, you can take it away. She's asking 49,500,000 euros. So
wow.
Yeah, she's on the market. That's ex-VAT. She's been exhibited at this show for the first time. So there's a really good opportunity now to come on board. So really popular charter yacht as well. So if you're looking to maybe offset a bit of your running costs with some charter income, really great charter history. So she's perfect for somebody wanting to step into something with an existing program.
So welcome to the channel. I'm so pleased to welcome Richard. And Richard is head of sales for Burgess, and he's going to educate us on what we need to know if we're going to buy one of these amazing super yachts. Richard, welcome.
Brilliant. Hi, Paul. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So, okay, I'm thinking, let's say I've just sold my business, I've got 100 million in the bank, and I want to buy the yacht, and we're looking at 49 million euros.
Yeah.
If I have got 100 million, I don't have 100 million, but if I did, to spend half of that on a yacht, I must be nuts. So what are the questions would you ask someone like me who just rocks up on your door and says, hey, I want to buy a yacht?
I mean, your first step into yachting, you've got to make sure it's very easy to get it wrong. And I think actually you've got to turn around and team up with a brokerage company such as us. We're a full service brokerage house, so 360-degree service. So if you want to build something, we've got naval architects, we've got marine engineers. If you want to buy something, then we've got a team of the most professional brokers in the world. If you want to charter something, we have them available for charter. And we also have a big team that does operational management. So that is the crewing, that is the accounts, that's the safety and security. It's working with the crew to make sure you're getting those that regular maintenance program in place. Now, what you need to understand is also probably how much is that going to cost you to run in a year. There's one thing about buying it, but you've also got to think about the running costs generally as well. So come in, talk to a professional company such as ourselves. We will take you by the hand and lead you through all of those stages. We look to the long term. We're looking for a long-term relationship with you when you're coming in to buy. We want to make sure that first yacht that you buy, you're going to love it, because we want to see you come back and enjoy it time and time again. And we want to make sure that experience is good. So you need to think about how you're going to use it, where you're going to use it, how much it's going to cost to run. And then we can work out with you an exact program to ensure that you're maximizing your use on board. If you're looking at doing some charter, that you're turning around, you're balancing that with your own usage. So a lot of factors. We're here to help you through all of it.
Wow.
And make it simple.
That's a lot of things to think about. So would it be best to charter something first to kind of put my toe in the water? I like the sea, I like the boats, but my wife might not like the sea. My kids might not like the sea. Can we bring our pets? The kids will probably say, what are the crazy things that you get asked that we need to think about?
Pets on board is difficult, I have to say, on a charter.
True, that's true. Yeah, true.
That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of, but it's going to be a little bit tougher. We do have a lot of people that turn around and do charter before they take that step into purchase. And actually, as you're saying, putting your toe in the water with yachting charter is absolutely perfect. It allows you to get a real flavor for what you can experience, because it is a very, very unique experience. It's your own personal floating private island. You're there with your family, with your friends. You can tailor-make the menus. You can tailor-make where you want to go. Our charter brokers will make that experience just tailor-made for you and your family to go and have one of the most amazing weeks of your life. And we get quite a few people, once they've chartered for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times, decide, actually, now I'm ready to take that step and actually buy a yacht. By that point, they've got some good experience and they know what what they would like to do with that yacht.
That's fantastic. So your own private island, guys. Give Richard a call. Speak to Richard. Give him a call. Link in the comments below. Chartering, for those people that don't know, you can hire, charter, use this lovely yacht. And what would that kind of cost if I wanted a week, roughly?
Roughly, if you want a week, it starts from about $460,000. A little bit depending on that sort of low season. So low season is out in the Mediterranean, is outside of July and August, and the event. So the Monaco Grand Prix, for example, will be a high season event. Outside of that time, so June will be a low season, beautiful time of the year. And actually now, September, I mean, look behind us. I mean, blue skies. We're in Monaco. The sea's flat. The sea's warm. Perfect time of the year to come and charter a boat.
Fantastic. So June and September, if you want to get that kind of bargain price, that's the time to come. We've chartered the boat and now we want to buy one. So 49 million, nearly 50 million euros. How much is it going to cost me to run it, crew, berthing, all that kind of stuff?
One of your biggest costs will be the crew, but it's also one of the most important elements of yacht ownership. Getting the right crew on board is absolutely vital to ensure that you're going to have a great time on board. So there are a lot of factors that go into the running costs. So I'm not avoiding your question, Paul, but I'm probably turning around, dodging around a little bit, because it does depend whether if you're doing a single season, so if you're here in the Mediterranean only, or you're going to look to do a dual season, so you're using her in the Caribbean. And it does depend on your own personal usage, on how, on how much you're going to use it. It does depend if your crew are on rotation. So, your crew are only working half the time. So that is one of those things, again, we would sit down with you and work out exactly how you're going to use the yacht. We would tailor make that budget to your particular needs and make sure you're comfortable with it, that the yacht can run effectively on the amount that you want to turn around and actually commit to that. And also we can turn around and balance that with charter income, as I say.
That's fantastic. So you can, the cost is X. Some people say it's 10%. If it's 50 million, it's 5 million a year. If you get 10, 15 weeks charter, it may cover the cost. It never covers everything, because I know those costs can go up considerably because you might have certain dietary requirements. You might do a full season, half a season. I've got no idea. And what else do I need to know? So where should it be berthed? What do you call that in your terminology?
Yeah, berthing is good. I mean, you have the home port. Again, that varies a lot from owner to owner. You could actually here on the French Riviera, massive, one of the most popular areas for, keeping a yacht in the world. You can see why. It's, the experience here is so well set up for yachting. So you get a lot of people that, they will be based here or nearby in Italy. The Balearics also very, very popular location. Greece is getting more and more popular. And we have a lot over in the States as well. South Florida, Fort Lauderdale is sort of the yachting hub in the USA, especially in that South Florida area. Fort Lauderdale is sort of the capital of yachting there.
Wow.
So there are a number of considerations. And you get people that maybe want to travel around the world and then doesn't really have a base. They're just...
And what about those amazing adventures where people are going, I want to go to the Arctic or the Antarctic? Can every vessel do that?
You've got to pick your time. You've got to pick your time. If you're going, you will see that a number of yachts will go into the colder climates, and you don't necessarily have to have any sort of ice-breaking capabilities. There are some explorer yachts that do have ice-breaking or ice capability. Not that many, but you do have the ability to go into the colder climates. And a lot maybe want to going up into Norway and the fjords, but a lot of that you're doing it during the summer. You wouldn't do it during the depths of the winter.
Wow. And do you have a favorite location? If you were on board your own little private island, where would you go?
Wow, that is a tricky question because there are so many beautiful places.
We'll do it one, two, top three.
Top three.
In any order, up or down or down.
I am going to have to turn around and say, for me, one of the top three, I do actually love where we are here now. There's some beautiful options on the French Riviera. The Greek islands to me is something particularly stunning. It's so different from here. You can be, you have me the only yacht anchored up in that particular bay. And I think one of the other ones would be the Exumas over in the USA.
That's incredible. Top three. So many people that I've spoken to on this trip have said, their top favorite restaurant is here. So ladies today, the Oyster Shack.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like number one. And I was talking again, unfortunately, about tequila. It's the only alcoholic drink that does not raise your heart rate or your blood pressure. And she didn't know that, and that was something that we learned. And
that's something I've learned as well today. I didn't realize
champagne does not agree with me, but champagne and oysters, I couldn't think of anything worse. The oysters are fine.
Yeah.
So, okay, what else do I need to know? Is it, what are the things? So, wife says yes, we're going to buy. What else do I need to think about? We've got crew, but your company will find everything.
We deal with all of that. So we look after all of that. So
like a family office. So you're like a family office for yacht?
We are a family office for yachts. We will deal with absolutely everything that you need to do. We have an in-house insurance team, and we can get some of the best insurance rates for you. We employ over 2,000 crew as well. So we work with all of those crews to actually, work with the captain, yourself, make sure it's the right crew on board. They are, the crew employee, make sure they are trained to the right standards. So we take all of that away from you having to worry about as an owner. So basically all you really have to worry about is where you're going to go, who you're going to bring with you, and just concentrate on, getting on board one of these incredible yachts and having fun. And there is no experience like it. It is incredibly unique. It's 7-star service. mean, from the moment you step on board, you're looked after so well. You have the opportunity to tailor-make where you want to go, whether it's here with the sort of nightlife and the excitement that you've got in Monaco, or you're off at a Greek island, a little bay, it's only you, it's peaceful, it's quiet, you're anchored up, jumping in the water to go for a swim first thing in the morning. I mean, it's down to you.
I'm sold. I'm all in. I've got to make some money.
Sign here.
I've got to make some money.
Okay.
And what about privacy? So this is 65 meters long. How many crew would be on this sort of vessel, and how many guests could I have? How many people could sleep on board?
You generally find most of the yachts you're doing, especially when it comes to charter, you're looking at sort of 12 guests. So you'll find there's 6 double cabins, including the master cabin. And with this on yachts of this side, you're probably looking somewhere in the region of, maybe sort of 15 to 20 crew. It's that sort of, that sort of.
So nearly more than one for one.
One for one, and you'll have the deck, the captain, the chief officers. And then you've got the interior crew and the chefs, as well as the deck crew.
Incredible, fantastic, wow, unbelievable. There's so much to think about. I'm just sat here enjoying the view.
Yeah.
So, Richard, is there anything else that we've not covered that I need to think about with your ownership?
Not really. I think it's a case of, there are a multitude of things that you can go into on an individual basis. But I think for the discussions we've had here, I think we've touched on most of them. We touched on, a basic cost of ownership that we're looking at. We're talking about the crew. We're talking about safety, security, where you're going to keep it. Where you're going to go. We've talked about insurance. So I think from those, we've covered the main basics. So yeah,
fantastic.
We just really need to get you on board and start enjoying yourself.
Fantastic. And one last question. What advice would you give yourself if you're 18 years young, starting out in your life today, for our younger audience with thinking about their futures?
That's a really interesting one. And I think probably when you go back, I would say have a bit more confidence in yourself. I think it's always difficult when you're starting out. You're probably a bit more nervous and you're finding your feet. But looking back, I would probably turn around to my younger self and say, Richard, go out there, have a bit more confidence in yourself, go and get it, go for it. And then we all make mistakes. Don't worry quite so much about the mistakes because you're going to learn from them. So I'd say be a little bit more confident.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Paul.
And also, before I end, I've got to give thank you for my cap. I'm going to cherish that and wear that. So there's a big thumbs up with the cap. So thank you so much for the cap. That's going to be fantastic. And then my business card. This is a glasses cleaner. So when your sunglasses get dirty, you can use one of these lovely.
Brilliant. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you, Paul. And I'll tell you what, here with the sun every day and glasses on and off, that is ideal.
And unfortunately, I'm always going to be with you.
That's not too bad.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thanks, Paul.
Perfect. Thank you.